Well, it's rambutan season again, and we got ourselves one whole pile of them things here. So, these are mighty delicious fruit. I've had one of the viewers describe it as similar to eating a grape, the texture. I have to agree, but there's a bit more to it. Very sweet, extremely juicy, but there's a bit to chew. Well, sub-acid. You want to bite too hard on the seed. I just cracked that one in two. Seeds do not taste good. Okay. Yeah, the seeds are not flavorful. Try one more here. Really good. On most varieties, the flesh doesn't come off the pit easily. I don't recommend fighting with it because if you get the skin from the pit in your mouth, it doesn't taste very good if you peel it off. So, anyway, we did not know if rambutan would grow at this elevation when we got started with it here in Mountain View, 1,680 feet. And it was questionable. I didn't see anybody up here who was raising the trees, but we liked them, so we gave it a shot. And, well, turns out rambutan raises just fine at this elevation. What that means is that nighttime temperatures in the middle of winter might drop as low as 50 degrees. The daytime temperatures in summer may be as high as 85 up to almost 89 on occasions. Yeah, I think I might have seen 190 once. Okay, so pretty much somewhere between 50 and 85 degrees is where these fruit are raised. They seem to do fine here. I didn't know that, and that's why we planted them from seed, because I really didn't want to risk going out and buying expensive nursery-grown trees, that have been air-layered or something, only to find out it was a waste. And so we planted seeds. Well, son of a gun, they grow here, no matter what anybody says. There are problems. If you look right there, you see that cruddy white stuff on the end? Here's some more of it right here. Right there. Yeah, that white chunk. That is mealybug. It doesn't really hurt the fruit, per se. In other words, if you're growing these for yourself and your friends, it's not important. But if you were growing here for a commercial crop, you'd have to spray this tree. Neem should work on mealies. I don't bother. It's way up in the air, which was my problem. Luckily, my good friend Anthony was here with his climbers, and so he went up the tree. He got the fruit down for us, took part for himself in exchange, and then, and in turn, pruned the tree at the same time. I recommend this, really. The commercial orchardists probably have methods that I am unaware of, but the only rambutan pruning I've ever seen was at the USDA Tropical Fruit Repository. There, they just go through, take a chainsaw after harvesting the crop or as they're harvesting the crop, and they basically stub the framework of the tree back and regrow it to try to keep it closer to the ground. It is not your typical orchard tree, like an apple or a peach or citrus. It doesn't want to stay the size. This thing was probably 25 feet high before it even made its first crop of fruit. Anyway, Anthony took it back. I have several other rambutan on the farm, and so my suggestion is plant 3 trees and cut them back alternately between cropping. That would be probably the easiest way to deal with this plant. It's a tall one. It's hard to keep it short, but I'm sure there are ways. I know my friend Mingwei in Fremont, California used to take trees that I knew were tall, big growers, like white sapote, for instance, and he'd trade them sideways on wires. He just loved to do that stuff. He could keep fruit down close to the ground. This one would be possible too. All right, I got a lot of rambutans to eat. They're pretty much an instant like. It's a hard fruit to dislike, and so, you know, if you don't have one in the orchard or a few in the orchard, it's a good idea as long as you have tropical conditions. All right, hang loose, folks. Aloha. No, Gracie doesn't care much about rambutans, do you, Gracie? But she's been sitting over here grooming. You waiting for Bill? Oh, it's getting misty out here.